From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Press Row. Press Row is brought to you by Cox High-Speed Internet. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell, and it's time for our weekly inbox segment. You send us your questions, we'll try to answer them. Send us an email. Who knows, maybe your question will be used next week. This inbox question, though, comes from Fitz. I hate so much to see the Sooners lose so many good players who just move away after a year or two sitting the bench. Could Stoops rotate many of his players, possibly from each position, possibly even quarterback, without losing too much? Obviously, Barry, this is trying to get guys not to transfer. What do you think about that?
Well, I would say this. How much more could Stoops rotate players? He already rotates quarterbacks. Anytime they get within a sniff of the goal line, in comes Blake Bell. He rotates tailbacks. He rotates receivers. He rotates defensive linemen. He rotates everybody but linebackers, it looks to me, like, and cornerbacks. I mean, I don't know how much more. I would say Sooners generally play 40 guys a game on a regular basis. I don't know how much more he could play somebody.
Well, in the position that we're seeing most of this turnover, running back is a position that they definitely have always done by committee, even when they've had a really good stable of running backs. Just remember a couple years ago, guys like Chris Brown and Alan Patrick, those guys rotating, Barry. And so they always say we're going to use a lot of running backs, and then they do. But that's the position where we're seeing most of this talk and where we have seen some transfers to this point. That, to me, says it's not about playing time.
Three guys have left or are leaving because of a logjam at tailback. All of those guys have played or could have played if they'd have stuck around. So I don't think you can lay that one on Stoops.
I don't think so either. All right, back to the inbox. This one comes from Tim. Tim asks, the only thing hurting Tim Tebow is his coach's play calling. 4th and 1 in Pat's territory, up in the score with strong momentum heading into the second quarter against one of the league's top teams, and you don't go for it? Oh my gosh, something against Tim Tebow? Who would have thought?
Is this Tim Tebow? Did you write in this question, Tim? Here's the deal. Here's the deal in the NFL. 4th and 1's hard to get in the NFL. I mean, you're not playing Iowa State.
It's the big boy league.
Yeah, you're not playing Texas Tech. Even the sieve that is the Patriot defense. Tough to get a yard. You get a chance to get another 3 points on the Patriots, I think you do it. Tim Tebow's a great story. Denver put up a good fight, just had too many fumbles against New England. Had nothing to do with the play calling. But it warms my heart to know that this play calling disease that the fans have, always blaming the play caller, goes on in the NFL too.
It's not just Sooner fans going crazy on game day. Hey, we all knew Tim Tebow had something special going on, but I can't win every game apparently. It can't be that obvious that he's got the man above on his side maybe. But yeah, no, I think anytime you're talking about those sorts of yardages, I mean, you have to be in a desperate situation in the NFL to go for it. Even a 4th and 1. You're right, Barry. You see it at the high school level, teams go for it. The college level, different ball game in the NFL, no doubt about it. All right, back to the inbox. This one comes from Greg. Greg says, on the all-college, perhaps a return to a tournament format with 6 or 8 teams in OU and OSU on opposite ends of the bracket. We could still have bedlam if they both won enough to face each other. Barry, obviously this in reaction to the diminishing attendance at the all-college, a real problem.
It is a problem, and the answer, the problem is you've got some mediocre basketball games going on downtown, and the solution to mediocre basketball games is not more mediocre basketball games, is what you get with a tournament. You're not getting North Carolina and UCLA to come to Oklahoma City and play a tournament. You're not getting Michigan State or Georgetown to spend 2 or 3 non-conference games in the all-college. It's a one-game deal. The best you can hope for is a marquee matchup with somebody, or my preference, OU and OSU playing each other. That's the only hope for the all-college, and it's possible that the all-college is just past its time, and it might have to go bye-bye because the interest in college basketball, particularly before the first of the year, is just getting smaller and smaller.
Well, and it's getting smaller and smaller here because of the Thunder. And Barry, I know you've written about this, but it's absolutely true. I just think people are so intent when it comes to basketball and the Thunder. It used to be that going downtown to the arena for a basketball game was a big deal. You didn't have basketball games at the one-time Ford Center, Oklahoma City Arena, now Chesapeake Arena. But we got tons of basketball games there. We got basketball games every other day almost for the next 4 months. So that has lost its luster. And I think that's part of it too. If you're not going to have a good game, and you're not going to appeal to people that way, I don't know how you're going to get people down there.
You're right. Just the downtown experience is not what it used to be, because you can go downtown so often for all kinds of cool stuff. You want to go downtown and see OU and OSU play New Mexico and Houston, or you want to go downtown and see Kobe Bryant or Carmelo Anthony. So it's a pretty easy decision.
Definitely. All right, back to the inbox. This one comes from Clay. Clay says, on Barry J. Sanders, I don't know what the big secret and media madness is. He's going to OSU. Breaking news flash, Barry. Who would have thought?
On the press row, we're breaking news. Barry J. Sanders. Well, here's what the big secret and media madness is. Barry J. Sanders hadn't said that. Barry J. Sanders, his own coach, said he prefers, has Stanford #1 on his list right now. So, maybe he is going to OSU. I hope he does go to OSU. And if he doesn't go to OSU, I hope he goes to Stanford. I don't want him to go to Alabama. But I think it's up in the air.
I totally agree. And I talked to his coach before the season even started about the Stanford thing, because at that point it was still kind of a new thing. And I asked Andy Bogert, I said, what is it about Stanford? And he said, it's going there and not being known. The stories have now been written and widely told that he spent some time with Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck was just a guy on the Stanford campus. And so it's two extremes, Barry. Does he go to OSU, where his name is one of the biggest names in Stillwater, or does he go to Stanford, where he's just a guy? It's a great question, and I don't know the answer. I'm not sure he does either.
And it's not a tough decision. Like you said, it's two opposites. So it's just whichever you prefer. It's not like you're picking between Texas Tech and Texas A&M or Oklahoma and Nebraska. Oklahoma State and Stanford about as far apart in every way as you could find. So he just has to make the decision.
Barry J. Sanders will announce during the Army All-American game first week of January. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.